city fair rode I. Their armed lines of marching men in squadrons pass me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound its rat-tat-too, but the angelus bell or the Liffey swell rang out through the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town they hung out the flag of war. Was better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Suva or Sodalbar. And from the plains of Royal Mead strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy dew. 'Twas England's bid our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. Their lonely graves are by Subla's waves on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, had they died by Pierce's side, or fought with Colbrua, their graves we will keep where the Fenians sleep, 'neath the shroud of the foggy dew. Oh, the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear, for those who died at Eastertide in the springing of the year. And the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men but few, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. And back to the glen I rode again, and my heart with grief was sore, for I parted then with those valiant men whom I never shall see no more. But to and fro in my dreams I go, and I'll kneel and I'll pray for you, for slavery fled, oh, rebel dead, fell into the foggy dew.
As Chairman, I would like to welcome you all and to give a special welcome to those who have travelled from abroad or long distances to attend today's commemoration. We would also like to extend our sincere sympathies to the families of all those who have passed away, and especially those who have suffered recent bereavements. In recent years, we have begun a tradition that we hope will be carried on for many years. That tradition is to dedicate the flag of the Irish Republic, just in front of me here, in memory of lifelong Republicans. The actual original flag usurped the British Union Jack and was unfurled for the first time over the GPO in 1916. It is also known as Pierce's flag. This year, it is a great honour to dedicate the flag of the Irish Republic to a veteran of the 40s campaign, Nick Furlong of Cornish Park, Wexford. Nick joined the Fianna at the tender age of 15 and subsequently was arrested after a protest in Wexford town. Shortly after his release, he moved to Liverpool and again found himself at odds with the British establishment. From there, he signed up to the Merchant Navy and was to prove his worth yet again as an able seaman and carried out many a valuable task for the Republican cause. On his return to his native Wexford town, he went on to be a founding member of the CBS Boxing Club, helping youngsters of all walks of life to achieve their goals. Today we fly the flag in the highest esteem of Nick Furlong and his long association with republicanism. May he rest in peace. As we approached the 100th anniversary of the Sinn Féin Rising of 1916, we do so with a great sense of immense admiration for the men and women of 16. We do so with a great sense of the immense courage that they displayed under the back-breaking regime and unjust laws of an imperialist nation. We do so with a sense of their great immense willingness to sacrifice their own human lives for the love of the Irish people and for the love of their native land. As Wexford men and women, we too can take the same pride in the part our town contributed to the fight of Irish freedom. In fact, many of the participants who took part in the Enniscorthy Rising faced the same consequences of the signatories of the proclamation and were sentenced to death, only later to have their sentences commuted to a 3 to 4 year stint in the infamous concentration camp known as Frangach in Wales. Wexford also has a direct link with the executed leaders of 1916, one of whom was New Rossman Micheál O'Hanrahan, Michael O'Hanrahan. Michael was a member of Sinn Féin, an IRB member, and Vice Commandant of the 3rd Battalion of the Irish Republican Army. He was executed by the British on the 14th of May 1916, along with his brave comrades Edward Daly, William Pearse, Joseph Plunkett. My friends, my fellow Irishmen and Irish women, today we all face a great challenge. A challenge to stand up against dictatorial, unfair legislation and elite protectionism policies that are hatched out on a weekly basis in Dáil Éireann, which are destroying the livelihoods of the ordinary people and the ordinary man and ordinary woman and are contrary to the common good. But together, we will turn the politically impossible into the politically inevitable, because our Republican beliefs, ideals and Republican principles have stood the test of time. Because our Republican beliefs are needed now more than ever before. Because our Republican principles are right. Because our Republican ideals are as relevant now as they were 97 years ago. Good Mahagat. Now I would like to ask you all to join in a minute's silence to all our Patriot dead.
Commemoration, wreaths were laid at the following graves or monuments: Seamus Rafter in Abbey Square in Ballindagan, Patrick O'Brien, Captain Thomas Wafer, Morris Spillane at the post office, the Athenaeum, which was the 1916 headquarters, Eden Tubber Memorial in Irish Street, Thomas Stokes, St. Aidan's Cathedral, in St. Mary's Cemetery for Morris Spillane killed in action, Harry Goff, Michael Nolan, for Liam Cooper, Dick Cooper, Tom Murphy, Ronan, Courtney Cuddy, Charles Farrell, the Fenian Grave, the Corrig, Nicholas O'Reilly, Oliver J. Murray, Tara Hill, Lee Mellows, Jack and Dennis Cathy Kenny, Edward Nolan, Dan Byrne, all at the Republican plot in Ferns.
Public na hearing, the Provisional Government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which she receives her old traditions and nationhood, Ireland, through us, summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organised and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organisations, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army. Having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, and supported by her exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe, but relying in the first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible.
Now I'd like to call on Grace Sheen to sing The Foggy Dew. This song tells the story of the 1916 Rising and was written by Canon O'Neill in 1919.
Twas down the glen one Easter morn, to a city fair rode I. There armed lines of marching men in squadrons pass me by. No pipe did hum, no battle drum did sound its rat-tat-too, but the Angelus bell o'er the Liffey swell rang out through the foggy dew.
Gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our main speaker today, Sandra McClellan, from the rebel county of Cork. Sandra served on the Youghal Town Council in 2004. In 2009, she topped the poll and became the first Sinn Féin Mayor of Youghal. From there, she went on to serve on the Cork County Council and was elected Teach the Dála in 2011, receiving well over 6,000 first preference votes from her constituents of East Cork. She currently holds the portfolio of Arts, Heritage and Tourism and Sport for Sinn Féin. Now I'd like you all to put your hands together and give her a great Wexford welcome.
Gaurav Mahagud. It is truly a great honour to speak at this commemoration on what is the 97th anniversary of the Easter Rising. The Rising witnessed a coming together of many strands of Irish cultural and political life, of people from diverse social, economic and religious backgrounds. Men and women participated in this movement and fought together in the cause of an independent Irish Republic. Enniscorthy has a rich history when it comes to the struggle for Irish freedom. How could we ever forget the brave United Irishmen who fought and died in 1798, or the Eden Tubber martyrs who sacrificed so much in the fight for Irish freedom, or the strident and resourceful George Keegan, or the committed socialist Republican Peter Daly, and young and idealistic Eddie O'Brien. All of these Irish patriots who gave unselfishly of themselves in the struggle for justice and liberation. Of course, at every turn in Irish history, and not least of all the events leading up to and after the Easter Rising, women too played a seminal role. Up until very recently, these very same women were written out of the pages of Irish history. They were notable only by their absence. Yet if you look at the accounts of the war here in Enniscorthy, we see that Cumann na mBan played a central role in the struggle. It is from this noble history that we must take our political and moral compass for today's struggle, as we seek to build alliances in the cause of a united Ireland based on equality and social justice. Just as in 1916 and 1921, Sinn Féin remains committed to the principles of the proclamation and to the achievement of united Ireland. Sinn Féin is an all-Ireland party with elected representatives in every forum on this island. However, this is not enough, and in many respects we are a party in transition. If we are to gain power so we can implement our policies and vision, then it is imperative that we build capacity and grow in the real sense of the word. This means that we need to open up the party. We need to actively work to increase the number of women in the party. This is not an easy task, and many people may feel uncomfortable that the world as they knew it is changing. But change we must. Our party, with its noble history of struggle, should and must reflect the reality of Irish society in the 21st century. And that society is, in terms of race, class and gender, very diverse. True republicanism, as practiced by Tone, Pearse and Markovich, is after all about equality and liberty for all. We need to build the party and actively recruit those who have been traditionally excluded from political life on this island. We need to build in support and political strength so that we can build a real republic on this island, the only truly fitting monument to the men and women of 1916.